Welcome back to Two Brothers Sports Podcast presented by RambleOnSports.com. It is Wednesday, January 15th. We are in 2025. We are one game closer to the CFP National Championship where our Notre Dame Fighting Irish are actually in the championship. First time since 2012. Hoping it's not an Alabama replay, but we will absolutely get into that. Just the two brothers right now. We're going to talk a little college football. We're going to do NFL divisional round and then any other things that we like. What else we see in the market? It's very heavy in the college basketball season. So we're still figuring out different teams. We don't have the full data set and sample size that we need for college hoops. So we won't get too into it, but maybe we'll give you a couple winners here and there for tomorrow. But it's just me, Max. Both Irish guys.
Oh yeah.
Dude, are we ready?
Oh, I'm ready and a little scared, but it was a great Thursday night. I think we looked pretty good. We had some ups and downs, but we stood strong and I don't know. I'm ready.
I feel better than I did. The injuries, we'll get into the injuries in a sec, but better than I did against Bama in 2012. I know you were a wee little lad. I had all the hope in the world for a while. Thought we had matchups. You can hear Manti Te'o. He's talked about it on some interviews and things where he talked about how that 12 when they or 20, I guess it would have been 2013, 2012-13 season. But when those Alabama dudes walked down in through the locker room and the Notre Dame guys watched them walk out on the stadium and we're just like, oh shit. Like,
Yeah.
we are just completely outmatched, outmanned, outduded, the whole shebang. And I don't feel like that's the case this year. Is Ohio State hotter than any college football team we've ever seen when it comes to the playoff? Yes, it's an extra game or two with the playoff. Dude, there has never been such a 180 flip on a team from losing your biggest rivalry game last regular season week of the season to now.
Yeah.
I cannot recall, and it's the beauty of the playoff, right? Like it's the ability to be able to have that kind of turnaround. But have not seen a bigger kind of just 180 on them. I'm looking at it, Max. It is the 7 versus the 8 seed when it comes to the CFP National Championship. So we already have talked about seeding and things like that, but just kind of thoughts on that and kind of how I know we're feeling good, but what are the keys or kind of the things you're looking at for this Notre Dame Ohio State game? What's going to keep us in the game?
I think our secondary is gonna have to I mean, we've seen it. They've kind of been getting their flowers this offseason or this postseason. But they've got a hell of a wide receiver core and just gonna have to do what we do and just stay on them. I think they said we have the best man coverage in the college football, but we also saw Smith come out and said if you're playing man, just know like
I'm coming.
so it'll be interesting to see what our defense does. They got weapons all around, dude. Trevion Henderson, we saw what he did. Just break out. Will Howard's looked good. His arms look really good. So a few bad throws we've seen, but overall, scary. Defense is really good too. So I don't know.
Yeah, and
I think it's gonna be a coaching game, honestly.
it will be. It'll be who preps for better. Love that because we do have a little background storylines, right? Let's get into the storylines.
Yeah.
Marcus Freeman obviously played at Ohio State, played in the AJ Hawk days in the early 2000, early mid 2000s, depending on who you talk to and where that mid timeline, but like 05, 06. Was definitely a big part of that linebacking core in Ohio State. So he is playing his old team. He does have a chip on his shoulder. And to be honest, dude, as long as he's been a Notre Dame football coach, he's had that chip on the shoulder and he has placed that chip onto the other guys in a good way.
Yeah.
I will say. And I do think that they will come out prepared. I will say that's the one thing about Notre Dame that I am not used to is that the little things we're doing right. Like we talk about the Georgia, fourth down kind of or fake snap where we get that false start and little gerbil Kirby.
He's a gerbil.
He is a little gerbil, honestly. He's like a little muscle hamster. He gets all mad and shit. But it's like one of those things where, we got them on that front. I feel like they were very well prepared for Penn State, and the way the game ended, like, yeah, should Aller have thrown that that third down pass? Max, you and me were saying the same damn thing. Just they're gonna run the fucking ball and we're going to overtime. We're going to overtime. Like basically like about to go take pee breaks and poop breaks, knowing that overtime's about to come, and we run the clock out, punt the ball. Maybe we get one play. Odds are we kneel it out of safety. They don't. We get the pick, and Riley Leonard just enough to get us down into field goal range. And Mitch Jeter with a Mason Crosby-esque bendy field goal in a stadium that shouldn't bend like that. I forget who Green Bay was playing when that happened. I think they were playing like Philly or I can't remember, but he had one that went like right to left and made no sense. Mitch Jeter had the same thing. It was like, dude, we're in Miami right now. Like, what are we doing? What kind of wind is picking up? But we'll take the win. Like Penn State, man. I mean, we talked about it like during the game, but Penn State bullied us in a lot of facets and for a lot of the game. And that the end of the first half, early second half start was so crucial. And what do you think Freeman was saying during that halftime? I've seen a couple clips, but I don't know if that's actually the halftime one or not. Have you seen any of that stuff or?
I haven't seen any clips, no. But I don't know. I think like you want to say he was like screaming and like fussing, but I think he kind of just like he knows how to talk. Like he just like just like we know what we got to do. Let's just keep going, keep pushing, like focus on the mistakes. I don't think he really blew steam off like we know like Kirby and others are known to do. But I don't know. I just feel like he just straight up just talked to him. It was like, let's fucking focus. Let's get this shit done. Let's uh I don't know, fix these mistakes that we're doing. Let's just
Still a game.
yeah, we're still here.
If we drive down, we're right in the game again. And they did, dude. That first drive out of halftime was awesome. I'm sure it was somewhat scripted, but dude, like just came out, smacked him in the mouth. Exactly what we need. Jeremiah Love had some really tough runs. Riley Leonard obviously had some tough runs. Shout out Steve Angeli for holding
Yeah.
the boat,
Finishing that.
some patches as we were about to crash and just capsize there. He kept us afloat. Was it I think it was just a field goal, right?
He was finishing up the first half.
Yeah, and that was the field goal, which
field goal, yeah. 10-3 instead of 10-0.
won by 3. So
Steven,
Steven,
very good
for your service. If he does transfer to a different school to get more playing time next year, assuming Notre Dame snags another, graduate transfer in like a Riley Leonard thing, Steve Angeli, if you leave, thank you for your service. Thank you for keeping our game afloat. But yeah, dude, hopefully, that was huge for his tape. I'm sure some offers. And I mean, how do you come into the last like 2 minutes of a half in the most important game you've ever played up until this point? And I won't say what he will ever play, but up until this point, it's the most important game he's ever played. And he comes out and he looks cooler, and they threw the ball more than they had the entire first half on that one drive. So I think it's awesome. I think it was a complete team effort, and that might be what gets it done because we've got a lot of injuries. We lost Ben Morrison early in the season, our star corner. Yeah. We lost Riley Mills, our best D tackle. And what you could see, and was a big impact, Max, was I think the Georgia game, they weren't able to get the ball running as much, and they were down. So I don't think they ran like they could have, like Penn State did. Penn State bullied our interior defensive line for a lot of that game. So one of those things where it's like hats off to Penn State. You know who stinks, Max? And I don't even have a problem saying it. And I know he's a kid. Drew Aller stinks, dude. He stinks. He's terrible. he had two other interceptions that were not the last one in the fourth quarter to lose the game. He had two. One was, yes, it was a holding. So technically, yes. I forget who it was on. It was in that back corner left end zone.
Yeah.
They called that one. The second one where the guy wasn't even like turned around. He didn't even know where the ball was. And we had three dudes hawking on it. And we got the pick in the end zone.
Yards short.
Yep. Yeah. And because he threw it short, they called the PI. That one was ridiculous. The first one I can understand more. So the second one was like, dude, that guy wasn't even looking. The ball wasn't even close to him. Like, he was so far away from the play that it didn't matter. And so, I don't know. Drew Aller just Penn State will be back. They might need to look at the transfer market because they have great running backs in Allen and Singleton. They've got a great tight end or just specimen, however you want to call it. Tyler Warren, shout out Mechanicsville, Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah, I think he's.
Are they gone?
Well, Tyler's a senior. He's got to go. You don't think?
Yeah. Okay. So he'll be gone, but I think one, if not both, the running backs are back. I think.
Singleton's junior, which he probably should stay. They're both juniors.
Okay, so we'll assume they stay. Tyler Warren leaves. Drew Aller really doesn't have to do a lot of work, and he's already there. But
dude, their O line is so good too. I mean,
it's ridiculous. Yeah, they bullied us. Honestly, they bullied us for a lot of that game. So I think that was a big thing. Our defense still looked really solid. I'll take a 24/7, man, any time of the week. So that was huge. It was just awesome. Great to beat Penn State. I did not get the satisfaction to go 2-0 against Philly this weekend. We'll get into that later. I will not derail the podcast like 8 minutes in or whatever. So we won't do that. But yeah, so any other thoughts on Notre Dame, or you want to move on to the quick, just little Texas Ohio State recap, and then we'll talk more.
Jaden Greathouse, thank you very much.
Yeah, that's a good call. Good call.
That's it. They just broke that man's ankles.
Yep. Yeah, that's a great call. I did not have that in my notes, but yep. Yeah, that was so awesome.
That's it. Let's
move
on.
Yeah, and we'll get into the Notre Dame Ohio State preview here, but Ohio State, Texas. Honestly, I think Ohio State kind of had the game handled for most of it. It seemed very, I hate doing this, but it's actually works. It's very Packers Eagles like, where you're down like the whole game and then you kind of chase and then you make one turnover and the game goes from 7 points to 12 or 14 in this matter. And that's honestly kind of how I felt. I'd never really felt Texas. Yes, they had a chance in that last drive to score and tie it. There was no way they were going to keep up with Ohio State in overtime unless they got lucky there. Yes, that's the place to get lucky, but there wasn't a doubt, honestly, that entire game.
No.
And as someone who had Ohio State minus 5.5 versus like 7.5 or something, I wasn't really ever sweating it. But because even the only time was overtime, and I was like, well, they're I don't know. I didn't think that they were going to be able to score anyways, so I didn't really have much on that game. I came home at halftime. I missed like the whole third quarter, so I missed the third quarter, watched the fourth, but yeah, that's kind of my take on that game. Low scoring, under. I think you called it.
Yeah, I think I had the normal under, but I did 5.5 with Ohio State and over 43.5.
Ooh.
So that was very nice, very good. But I also just did 6.5 and did very well with that. So
you mean 41.5 because it was 42? Or
no,
did you say
43?
You did over or under?
You were rolling. No, I was saying that one missed. It was very.
Sorry.
Texas. I was hoping Texas would get
at least. Oh, you're saying like for that overtime piece. Yeah. I see. I'm following.
But yeah, so it's all good. But
yeah, I mean, Ohio State's the best team in football right now. So like, I don't want to toot their horn too much going into a very important game.
Right.
Uh, so I'm trying to think. I'm looking at. Dude, did you hear the rumors about Ewers to Notre Dame?
I thought I saw something, but I thought it was just bullshit.
Yeah, no, it's not completely bullshit.
Kind of hope not.
I do too. Um, it's also a bummer. I'm not going to go too into it on like the transfer portal and stuff, but like it's annoying that like what is Notre Dame and Ohio State doesn't need it, but what does like a team like Notre Dame do now? Because like they're half these kids who have announced they're being transferred, they're like, let us like finish the fucking season first. And then by that time, like Kadon Slater, who went from Liberty to Colorado, which I'm
Yeah.
sure he's probably been recruited all year. If I'll be honest, like I'm not. That's actually so geek because Kadon Slater is like a great NCAA football. Like you play OC, like if you want to start NCAA football 25 like dynasty with like a good like kind of team, but has enough players to like make you good for one season, then you bounce. Liberty
Yeah.
is like the perfect example.
Right.
So I'm not like super surprised there, but it's funny because yeah, I'm not gonna go into it, but I've done dynasties as Colorado and as Liberty, and I've tried to get like as Colorado, I tried to get Slater like in the transfer portal. He didn't join, but which is crazy, but he should have.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll get down the transfer portal stuff later. However, Notre Dame, Ohio State is the game. No matter what people want to say, oh, I don't like Ohio State. Oh, Notre Dame's ass. I don't even want to watch this game. These aren't even like really good programs. It's like, no, this is probably the most historical matchup in the national championship, and God knows fucking how long. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Notre Dame and Ohio State are two of the, if not the most prestigious. Yeah, Michigan, all those schools, great. Michigan won last year, and they beat Washington. Washington, great. Texas, great program. Notre Dame, Ohio State captures like more percentage of the U.S. population in terms of fanhood than any other two schools in college football, and I'm willing to bet a lot of money on that because Notre Dame is probably the most, and Ohio State's pretty damn close. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for the game. Notre Dame's getting 8.5 points, and the over/under is 46.5. Max, we know we're going money line. We know we're not going to go over our budgetary expenses for the money line, but aside from the bias, what do you like? What plays do you like that isn't the Notre Dame money line? Essentially,
Um, dude, yeah, I'm gonna have to say under. Especially after like I know sure Ohio State got 28, um, Texas got 14, so it'd be biting this, but I just feel like under is gonna be it's gonna be the same thing. And if Ohio State can hold Texas's offense pretty low and Texas can hold, I mean that's a defensive touchdown. So they held their offense at 21,
yep.
realistically. So I just feel like this under 46 and a half is good, nice tight one. It'll be close because both teams can do breakout plays, but um
No, I completely agree. Like from a non-biased perspective, that's like my best. That's
I
the
don't
best.
think yeah. I think our defense is pretty much like I mentioned, just gonna have to hold the fort. Our offense can put up 20, but it's gonna be an ugly game. I think it's gonna be a pretty ugly game.
Yep. And I'm trying to see as a non-biased fan.
Yeah,
Um there probably is a Ohio State team total over. That's probably good.
true.
Not to say that it's not. But if either team are going to have issues scoring, it's for sure going to be us. Ooh. Okay.
You see him?
Yeah, I do see him. I don't like him. So over 26.5 is minus 150.
Yeah.
and over 27.5 is minus 115. I'll be honest with you, Max. I don't think they score 4 touchdowns. I think they could score 3 with 2 field goals, which is why the difference between 1 point is minus 150 and minus 115. So it's probably
Right.
going to be right at that 20. It's going to be 27. And then it's probably going to be 27-17. And we're going to lose by 10. If I'm going to be completely honest, and mostly based on what the odds are sitting at. But it's weird because the over 16.5 for Notre Dame is minus 160, but the under 20.5 is minus 175.
I know.
So I'm like, well, then they should hit over 16.5, but they probably won't score. It'll be between 17 and 20 is what we're going to score. I think we can score 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Ohio State might be able to score 3 touchdowns.
I mean,
that's why I love the 8.5. I'll be honest. Like, aside from the under, 8.5 is a lot of points.
yeah, I agree.
I'll be honest with you, Max. I'm trying to get a SGP real quick, just like a teased kind of guy. Let's say we get Notre Dame to 10.5.
Sorry, Hester.
And then let's bring the under down to like
Under down?
or under up, sorry. Let's bring the under up to like 50.5.
Yeah.
I'll go 51 because a 27-24 is exactly what happened in the Penn State game. Notre Dame plus 10.5 and under 51.5 is plus 122.
Okay.
And I'll be honest with you, Max, if we could keep the over under at 51.5 and maybe buy us. Whoa. Hold on. Let me check one more thing. All right. Now we're gonna do this. Notre Dame plus 13.5 and under 51.5 is still plus 102.
13.5 and under what?
51.5.
Okay.
Yeah. So I like that. Okay, cool.
That's gonna change by the time.
Yep. Yeah, I would say the under is gonna come down. It looks like it's gonna come down to like 45.5 by kickoff. 24-21 on a last second field goal from Ohio State to win the game. If you want to rip my fucking heart out, sure. But yeah, no, I like honestly, Max, like a 3-point teaser. Like Notre Dame to 11.5. Just in case like they go for 2 and it becomes 11, like those things. And then 49.5 under. I like that. And that probably yields a little bit more money than what we just said. Sure. But instead of just doing same game parlays until we come with agreement, I'm going to ask if you have any other plays aside from what we've just talked about. Otherwise, we'll let the people not listen to any more bias.
Dude, I think there's a good chance we might only go down by 3 into half. It's plus 5.5.
Okay, I like that. I don't hate that. That 5.5 is right though. Like a 13-6 or 13-7.
Yeah. I think it could be 3-0. It could be 6-3. Like, I don't know.
I mean, 10-6.
Yeah, even 10-6. So I think that 5.5 is kind of
13-10.
I don't know if they're going to score that much.
I agree, but the over 22.5 is the first half favorite right now.
I know. I don't
like that.
It was 10-3 Penn State, and then it was 27. I think this is gonna be, granted that wouldn't have hit, I know, but
I don't hate under 21.5.
Yeah. Plus 5.5 and under 22.5.
What would that yield? I mean, dude, it's plus 252.
Yeah, I don't think I was.
I like that. I mean, like 13-7. Oh wait, no. Shit. God damn
No, dude, it's not gonna be. It's gonna be 10-6,
it. 10-7.
6-3,
Yeah, 10-7.
7-3.
Okay. I like that. I like that. One thing I want to find, do they have quarters? Um, yep, they do. Do they have fourth quarter? All right. Something I've been looking at, and it's the last thing I have. Um, a good man who works at Sportsline, Chip Patterson, who I'd say would be considered like an internet like uncle. I wouldn't say he's like my dad, but he's a Chip Patterson like our uncle. He is very big on fourth quarter spreads, and he's very big on fourth quarter spreads for teams that could potentially be down in the fourth quarter when a team like Ohio State could be just running the ball and just kind of holding clock. Fourth quarter spread for Notre Dame is plus 2.5 at minus 120. I mean, just in case Ohio State goes for two and it ends up beating us by two on something to get up in the fourth quarter, just the fourth quarter spread.
Right.
So Ohio State could be up 13-6, and we come back and it's 17-10, and they score four, we score four. Like it's still, yeah, it's just oh, we wouldn't do that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I like that. Plus 2.5 minus 120. So I'll do that. And money line, if you like them outright and fuck the 2.5, just like them to win the fourth quarter because they're going to be down. Like if you're someone who thinks Ohio
But
State's
they won the fourth quarter last game.
yeah. Well, and if you're also like this is also good for people. This is like a good non-biased thing because like if you think Ohio State's going to be rolling going into the fourth quarter, then they're probably just going to run the ball and just hold the clock as long as, and then Notre Dame will probably get like a backdoor touchdown. But I don't know. I feel like plus 2.5 is great. Plus 150 is also good. So that's the last. I mean, there's only so much we can bet on right now, being like a week away, but.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think we've got some good value there.
For sure.
And I'm gonna just write this down so I don't forget. All right. Sweet. Anything else on college football? Because we're gonna be busy with everything else this week, and then Monday will come around and be like, "Oh fuck, the game's on."
Yep.
Okay, sweet. All right.
Very happy or very sad come Tuesday pod.
Yes, yes, we may need a day off. We'll see how that goes. Not expecting like if we lose by like a touchdown, I'm not going to be like super pissed unless it's in a bullshit way. Not expecting to win this game. I know that sounds kind of fucked up, but they were a strip sack fumble away from losing by 7 to Texas. And I'll be honest with you, Max, I think we're better than Texas. I do. The only person I think that is better on Texas than Notre Dame is Marcus Gold, or is it Marcus Golden? Golden. Who's Golden for Texas, the wide receiver.
Golden for Texas, yes.
I don't know his first name, but Golden for Texas.
Yeah,
he's better than any wide receiver we have at Notre Dame.
I was spacing out. Yes, Marcus Golden.
And then the corner, there's a corner who shut down Jeremiah Smith pretty well. I can't remember his name, but there's basically one wide receiver on Texas and one corner on Texas that I think are better than the skill positions we have at Notre Dame. Otherwise, I think we're better than Texas top to bottom aside from that, if I'll be completely honest.
Is it Barron?
He's the one that was talking smack about Jeremiah Smith and then actually did well.
Yeah, I think
might have been Barron.
AD Barron.
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember his number. It was like 5 or something. I think that's what it was.
Number 7 is Barron.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah. Muhammad wouldn't be it.
Yeah, I was gonna say Malik Muhammad's also nice too.
But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but overall, I think we're better than I like. If we played Texas or Penn State, I wasn't worried. Ohio State's the only team I'm worried about. Matthew Golden. And I don't know, man. Ewers, if we throw the pressure at Ewers like we did, not against Penn State because we couldn't, but I do think Penn State's offensive line is better than Ohio State's offensive line.
Yeah.
I think I think the defensive line is the difference, but I think Penn State's offensive line is better. And I don't know. I just
Oh, and Sawyer, you got to worry about just like Carter. So, I mean,
yeah, I think it is Barron because Taffy is the safety, and Makuba I don't think was it.
yeah.
So yeah. So overall, yeah, I'm on Notre Dame, obviously. But yeah, I think we can keep it close. Um, sorry, I'm looking up who guarded Jeremiah Smith in Texas game. Uh, yeah, it was. You were right. Good call. Sorry, I just wanted to confirm that. That was an itch I had to scratch. You're right. Good call on Barron. But yeah, other than Barron and Matthew Golden, I think Notre Dame outplays every single other player. So I do like Notre Dame plus 8.5. I don't know if I think it's gonna be right at 7, maybe 8, literally, because we go for 2 to try and keep it close or something. Like we're down 11, score, go for 2, lose by 5. Um, but at least it's not 8, or we lose by 8 and they kick a field goal, we lose by 8. Either way, Notre Dame 8.5, under 46.5, and then maybe a fourth quarter Notre Dame plus 2.5. Plus, you said something else.
5.5 half.
Yes, Notre Dame plus 5.5 first half. So I like that. I think that's a good little slate that's not super biased. And if you happen to fade us because of our bias and you hit every single bet, good on you. But go fuck
Hey, you're
yourself and
welcome.
don't tell us. Yeah, or just buy our beers next time we all go out together, and just say this is for Notre Dame. Anyways, I think we've had enough college football, Max. I'm ready for Notre Dame. There's gonna be a lot of anticipation, probably some extra storylines. If we feel so inclined, we will maybe hop on a little video or something to talk anything that's popped up lately. Otherwise, the more likely thing is we're gonna just lock in, get ready for the game, cut out distractions, block out the noise, all the bullshit. So, shall we go to the NFL, the gridiron, the recaps? We will obviously end with yours truly last, because I do not want to hijack the recap, and we will probably recap less on the other games in order for me to talk a bunch about the Packers. Or do I just get it done? No, we'll go chronological order. I mean it's already after the fact, so I don't want to I don't want to do like a ton of recap with you, Max. I love you. I want
No.
to, but we'll do quick thoughts until we get to Packers, and then I didn't watch the Commanders game because I fell asleep at halftime, so we don't have to breeze through that. And then so Chargers Texans, did watch that game. Was all over the Chargers, and that was my favorite. And hand up. I don't know who to blame other than myself because I want to blame Jim Harbaugh. I want to blame Justin Herbert. I want to blame the offensive coordinator. I want to blame the lack of defense on the Chargers, which has not been the case all year. But I'll blame myself. At home, yeah, it is like an advantage on a home game. 3.5 points, maybe not, but in hindsight, yes, of course. That defense was swarming, dude. Houston was swarming. So those are my thoughts. Yeah, what do you think about that game?
Was watching that with a Texans fan. So
Sevy, shout out Sevy.
yep. Shout out Sev. And it was up and down at first, but then they just started rolling. And yeah, I mean, I think there's sounded like Hester was throwing up, sorry. Um, you could blame a good bit on Herbert, 4 interceptions, but I know what you're saying. There were some there were 2 interceptions that were like, damn, like that was a snag. Like not many people would
Yeah.
actually catch that. So
Yep.
I get what you're saying, but still 4 interceptions, not too great. Um, Shout out Lad McConkey, 197, insane.
Oh yeah, we didn't. I didn't even recap the picks. Sorry, keep going. I'll pull those up.
But oh yeah, sorry, yeah,
No, no,
yes,
keep
D
going. Sorry.
plus is what I had him at. So that's hilarious. But yeah, no, I think you're right. The Texans look pretty fucking good, and Harbaugh's first fucking year, he brought him to the playoffs. You can't shit on him too much.
I know for a
So
fact.
I think they're just missing a couple pieces on both sides of the ball.
Max, I know for a fact that neither of us had the Chargers making the playoffs, let alone competing. I think we said, yeah, it'll be great. Harbaugh's going to need a couple of years to revamp this. Uh, but I think that was it. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I agree there. I got to give my flowers to CJ Stroud, man. He's been taking a lot of shit this year. Uh,
Yes.
Looked really good. Joe Mixon, we forgot that they have a run game now. And yeah.
Nico Collins looked solid.
Yep, Nico looked amazing, dude. I have him in our dynasty league, and I was gonna flip him for a first rounder. I'm gonna have to ask for
I'm
more.
done with that dynasty league. I don't like it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like dynasty, but not with.
Yeah. We'll talk
Yeah.
offline.
Um.
Talk offline
I
on
don't.
that.
Uh.
No, it's fine. It's just like if I'm trading like a 2030 third rounder for like Jaquiz Rogers, like why am I playing with these guys?
Yeah.
So I hear you. Jaquiz Rogers been out of the league, but that goes to show the example. Like people would be like, "I'll trade you like a fourth rounder for Colin Kaepernick just in case he comes back." I'm like, dude, sure, I
Yeah.
don't care. Who am I going to get with a fourth rounder? I'm going to get like I don't even know a kicker. That's beside the point. But yeah, I agree with you there. Texans looking good. They're going to play Kansas City first round, and that might be a fugly, ugly matchup. So we'll talk about that soon.
Very indeed. Very indeed.
Let's see. Game number 2 was that Ravens Steelers. I'm trying to my
Yeah.
yep. I wish we had Sean here, but he's not. He actually texted us earlier and said, "Would you fire or keep Mike Tomlin?" And I'll be honest with you, Max. The Ravens rolled. Ravens look good. We'll talk about the game in Buffalo, but I'll honestly just hijack the whole Steelers Ravens conversation as that exact question. What are you doing with Tomlin right now?
I'm keeping them, and
I agree.
I'm saying, what the fuck are we doing getting Russ to begin with? Always thought that was just like weird. Fields might not be the guy either, but like, it did I don't see a problem with Tomlin. Everyone loves that man. I don't think I've seen a player that has ever shit on him, other than AB might have done it when he was going through his hard times. But that was probably just him going through his shit. Now he's out there loving the Steelers and stuff. So I think that just shows that Mike Tomlin's not a guy you want to get rid of because if so, the Bears would love to have him. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think you just kind of got to go out and get either try to trade up for some QB or not get another vet. Like I saw someone threw out Rodgers to the Steelers or whatever, like Sam Darnold to the Steelers and shit. Like, don't keep trying to do that. Like, I don't. You just gotta bite the bullet and I don't know. Don't basically just don't get rid of that man. It's not his fault, is what I'm saying.
So you can kind of see, I'll read what's in these blue letters here. I said, keep. If you fire him, I'll take him in Green Bay. Should take the bag to go to Chicago. How many cheap quarterbacks do y'all need to go through 9 and 8 seasons with to blame him? Like Russ, Pickett, and a dying Ben Roethlisberger.
So I don't know if that's the group chat that I'm in with y'all. If so, I completely didn't see those messages. So,
I texted in the last 5 minutes.
oh, okay. Wait. Oh, okay. But yeah. So we pretty much
That's what I had to say, honestly. Yeah, I mean,
That's pretty much exactly. Yeah.
Pickens is either hurt or he doesn't feel like playing football. Okay, that's a problem. George Pickens is great when he wants to play football. You can't have another fucking AB in this situation. You need 1 to 2 receiving options, and even with or without Pickens, and then you need a quarterback. Like, dude, the defense is fine. Like,
Yeah. Very fine.
Muth,
line still pretty solid. I mean,
Muth is great tight end for from receiving purposes. I'm not going to say Najee is like the bell cow back you need, but a combination of Najee and Jalen Warren is solid. Like, I wouldn't say that you need to go spend 14 million on Josh Jacobs. You know what I'm saying?
Or like but like Najee still hasn't had a fucking year under 1,000 yards.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's just like a subtle guy. Like, sure, yeah, he's had some bad looks, but yeah, him and Warren is a great 1-2 punch. Yeah, right. Just get a wide receiver. Because this is Pickens' contract year, isn't it?
I think it might.
Or is it next year? It might be next year.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, shit, I don't know if you could try to. I mean, Keenan Allen, I don't think we're gonna keep him. I know that's like, oh, another old guy, but like,
I mean, dude, I would take Keenan. You know what? I would take Keenan Allen over George Pickens right now.
dude,
Dude, I don't care. I will argue any motherfucker right now about it. What can like? I hate to be like old man screams at cloud, but like, how many times does he need to fight people or be a locker room issue before you're like, okay, his talent is now not like his locker room issue has eclipsed his ability, you know?
right?
It's like, dude, like, what are we doing here? Like, do you want to be here? If you don't want to fucking be here, get out of here.
Yeah,
So I don't know. Like, it's one of those where you're just like, what do we do here?
you can only do so much, and yeah,
Yeah, and we'll get maybe off season or something. We'll get Shawnee Boy back on, and get his thoughts. But yeah, overall, like, that's really all I had to talk about the game. The Ravens look good. They're going to keep rolling. We'll talk about the Bills game because that's going to be sick. But other than that, yeah, Ravens look good. Steelers need to work on some shit. Yeah. And we are on to Sunday at 1:00, and that is the Bills Broncos game. Max, give me your synopsis on the Bills Broncos.
that was a good 3 minutes for the Broncos. You know, that bomb from Nix to Franklin.
Yep.
You know, rookie.
Rookie and roommates and
duck,
buddies and
yeah,
shit.
duck to duck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Roommate, like fucking childhood friends.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. He's the one that came out. Yeah. He like had yeah. But yeah, and then Bills did their thing. You know, they look crisp. They look good. It's gonna keep rolling.
I agree. Yeah, Bills are rolling. Ravens are rolling. Not much to talk about there.
Ugly game. I mean, not like ugly, but you know, just wasn't close. So
Yep. And we're gonna skip over the 4:30. We're gonna come back to that. Commanders. Yeah, we're gonna end with that shebang because I got way too much to not. But were you able to stay up for the Commies Bucks game, or what are your quick thoughts on that one? I'm hyped. I had Commies plus 3.5 was one of my picks. So
yeah. So I just tried a new taco bar on Sunday. Um, it was good, but next thing I know, it's like 8:30, and I pass out, and then I wake up right as he's about to kick the game winner. I was like,
Oh,
what just happened? And yeah, so yeah, I pretty much did miss it.
okay. Yeah, I fell asleep at halftime, so it was pretty close there in the beginning, but commies had a little bit pulled out for a little bit. Didn't think that they were going to be able to close it out, but overall, yeah, didn't have a lot of thoughts on that game. I love Jaden Daniels. I think it's fun to watch. I'm rooting for the commies against the Lions, obviously. Um,
Yeah, it was tough. I do like
yeah, it
the
was
ball.
tie game at halftime. Sorry.
I like Baker. I like Baker. I like Mike. I like Todd Bowles has done well. So,
Yep.
but yeah, commies, they're in our region, so hard not to root for them.
I mean, first playoff win since 2006, dude.
Yeah. Um,
Okay. And last but certainly not least,
I was
Rams.
trying to think of the Bears last win. Um, yeah.
Well, 2018, you guys won a game,
No,
didn't you?
that was wild card double doink.
I thought that was the second. I thought that was divisional round, and you guys had won. Or did you have a bye? I think you guys were the one seed in 2018.
We haven't won it. I think 17 because we have like the third tied for third longest drought or something. I think it's been like 7 years, 8 years. So not nearly as long, obviously. That I was just
No, 20. No. Oh,
17. I think we won the wild card and then got the divisional, and then it was the double doink. We beat the Saints.
no. So it's 2018-19 season. You guys lost to Philly in the wild card 15-16 on the double doink. And that was 2019. The only one before that was 2021, lost to the Saints 21-9. Yeah. So 2011 was the last playoff win. That was against the Seahawks, 35-24.
Yeah, I remember that. That I don't even think that
That was
was.
Cutler, Forte, and Olsen.
And then Al, no, not Alshon.
He might have been there, honestly. I'm trying to pull up the
Johnny
box.
Knox.
Yeah, Johnny Knox. I mean, that was when Matt Forte was like eating up all the receptions, anyways.
He was the PPR fantasy back.
He was a machine. Yeah, 100%. So yeah, so props to the Commanders.
Sorry,
Rams
yeah.
beating the shit out of the Vikings last night. And we're
Dude.
recording on Tuesday, release on Wednesday, but yeah, Monday night Vikings Rams was a shit show. That game wasn't even close at all, ever.
No. And I told mom, I stopped by. She said she had some leftover white chicken chili, so I swung by and we were just talking.
Yep.
Dryer, if anyone heard that. But yeah, I was like, I think the Rams could do it. Didn't bet anything.
I
But
did.
and you did the Rams?
Yep, Rams money line and Rams plus 3.5.
Beautiful. Let's go. So
And I was 2 receptions away from Puka getting me $600. So I hit every other leg in the parlay, but he had 5, and he had 5 in the first half and didn't get a reception, I think, the entire second half. Or he had 4.
he needed 7.
Yeah,
He
7.
had 6.5 or 7 plus.
No, so well, I mean, we can talk about it on the picks, but DraftKings finally decides to give alternate receptions. Like, you know how they do, like, for yards, they do like 50 plus, 75 plus, like
They've
they
done that.
do receptions now in the playoffs.
They've been doing that.
I'm okay. Well, I'm just new to the game then, because I thought they, every time I checked, they in the same game parlay, They only had
Oh, maybe not. Yeah, you maybe same game. Never
yeah,
mind.
in the same game parlay, they only had the over unders for
Okay.
like just the over under. But then now this Vikings Rams game, I did Addison or no, I did Hawkinson 4+ and Nakua 7+ instead of like the over under and
Yeah,
shit.
no, you're probably right for that. Yeah. I was
No,
just thinking in general. I was
no,
like,
I didn't. No, I don't think you usually even in the same game parlays before the playoffs. I think they only
no,
did.
not same game, but I think just a straight bet you could is what
Oh
I
yeah,
thought you were just saying, yeah.
I don't. Okay, I might. Maybe they weren't giving it to me because I've been
They
just
do fuck you over with that sometimes, dude.
all
Like
hands team. Maybe.
NHL doesn't let you do all if you're gonna do a same game. You're like, fuck you. What do you mean? Like in anything, you can't do the over, under, puck
Oh,
line.
hockey. Get DraftKings hockey. Get your
I know.
shit. So yeah, I mean
Maybe
27
that's just
nothing.
it, but
There's one NFC North had the best record in point differential in like the history of football this year, and there's
and
only
just
one team
record
left. Just one team left.
and just record in general.
Yeah.
Not
So
even point differential.
I will say, like, I'm sure the wildfires had something to do with the Rams having an extra chip on their shoulder, but Jesus Christ. You know how I just asked the Tomlin question as basically our whole basis for the Ravens Steelers thing. What are you doing with Sam Darnold? Because that's all I care about talking about this game.
Yeah, right. Because you're not doing anything with McDaniel. Like he, right?
You mean McCarthy?
Part. No, I'm sorry, head coach McDaniel, right?
Oh, McConnell.
Jesus,
O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell.
Kevin.
O'Connell. Sorry. Too many
Yeah,
McFloors, McShanahans, McVays. Fuck them all.
yeah,
McDonald.
yeah. No, so yeah, you're definitely not questioning your coach. Well, maybe you are a little bit, but I think he's a fantastic coach. Um, but yeah, like you're sitting here, you have Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones, and JJ McCarthy. Who I feel like JJ McCarthy didn't something come out say it's taking a little longer too.
Yep. Yeah, that's what they're saying.
So I don't know. Um, I really don't know. I mean you can't like sure, yeah, really bad. Like it just and their defense carried them a good bit this season. Their defense was fantastic, but like they still went what 14-3, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm. So
Can't be like
this
this,
Max. If he's only on a 1 year deal. If you
right?
you tag him, he's at $41 million on a franchise tag. Um, so you keep him for a year, 41 million. You still have McCarthy on deck, or you tag Darnold, trade him at 41 million. Because honestly, he's not getting more than 41 million. Maybe you tag him, trade him, keep McCarthy, get some picks.
Who's
And,
gonna take
huh?
like the Raiders? Said who's gonna take them?
I mean, Raiders, Jets,
Jets
Giants.
are gonna take them back.
I don't know what's going on with Rodgers. I mean, Seattle,
I
maybe.
don't guess.
I'm trying to think of QBs that are older that could use either a backup or just they need a new starter.
So
I mean, Carolina, Atlanta, low key. I think they like Penix, and I like Penix too. But
yeah,
dude, the fucking Saints, bro. Derek Carr stinks, but they would then be paying like $100 million to QBs. Um,
yeah, definitely not the Browns. Um, Giants isn't bad if they get Travis.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. There's not it's actually weird. This I will say, like QB wise, it is one of the better QB years. Like in terms of like the whole league for the most part has QBs. There's some teams that don't. I mean, you're not Jacksonville, but you're not going to pay him that money.
Right.
Tennessee. Ooh, actually, if you're not going to draft Shadur, maybe draft Travis Hunter at 1
Yeah.
and then go get Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
I actually don't fucking hate that. That actually might be my favorite response yet.
That is a good one. Um, Gino's there until 26.
Okay. Not really worth it.
And he's got
you know who I actually think if like he couldn't get a starting gig somewhere, you know who I actually think he would be perfect at and it would gross me out? The team he just got his dick kicked in.
Darnold.
Yeah. I could see Darnold sitting for like a year or two, Stafford, and then he just takes over the Rams with McVay. Like that's such a McVay like
Yeah. Dude, he's only what, 29?
27. Max, he's 27.
28.
Did he just turn 28?
No. I was just talking.
But yeah, dude, no, like I mean, I mean,
But also we have to remember
ooh, they're saying he's
uh,
projected to extend. The Vikings are projected to extend a 4-year, 160 million, and potentially trade. So even after this game, do you front office perspective? Sam Darnold couldn't be lower value aside from like in the middle of the season. I'm sure they could have traded him, but like from the beginning of the season before he played a single down in the regular season to now, excluding everything in the middle, is there really much difference? Like I feel like now people are like, there are a lot of people who like him, but there's a lot of people who are just like, fuck you, dude. And
everyone's saying fuck you. I've seen some very foul things on Twitter.
right, so if
But that's with any court. I mean, Jordan.
yeah, oh yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. But let's say Darnold's value is lower right now. You know who's couldn't be higher? McCarthy. He hasn't played a fucking down. Could you imagine if the Vikings got like and I'm sorry, I wish I was better prepared for this conversation. But I'm looking at the draft order and I'm just looking at teams who need a QB that could shovel out a first rounder to get a QB. Like, I mean, dude, New Orleans at 9. Who says no to trading the number 9 pick for JJ McCarthy when you aren't going to get Cam Ward and you're not going to get Shadur? And you need a quarterback. You need a fucking quarterback in New Orleans or like the Jets at 7.
I think Carson Beck's not going either. Nah, just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, buns. Or even like, I don't know, Max, like Miami at 13. Trade a first rounder for McCarthy in case Tua isn't able to come back. I don't know, man.
Come back.
I got a bad feeling that like Seattle will trade for him at 18. Actually, I just found my answer.
I don't
Pittsburgh.
think
Pittsburgh. Trade your 21st overall pick for JJ McCarthy.
you gonna text Sean.
Yep, I'm gonna say it.
My thoughts on that. Is he not close to Kenny Pickett-esque? Like I know we haven't seen anything. We haven't seen anything from him.
Oh, you're saying JJ McCarthy?
Yeah.
He could be, but better a 21st than something else. Like, I guess that explains your point, right? That explains your point of
Is
why
yes.
would New Orleans trade 9?
Yes.
Yeah, I see you. But yeah, Pittsburgh at 21.
Yeah.
Green Bay at 23.
Or to your point for New Orleans, and I don't know, like I don't really actually no, I know, but Kamara's had his struggles, had his problems. What if you're right? Saints grab Darnold. Sure, they're just on repetitive mode ever since Breeze, whatever. But then they draft Jainty and they're just like, let's just fucking power nose.
I don't hate that one bit.
Because Kamara, they need a running back. Look, I mean, this man has been suspended. He's been hurt. He's been suspended again. Like, I don't know. I feel like his timeline's kind of ending there.
Sean said that JJ McCarthy's average. And I said, well, we're talking Vikings QB situation. He said, lots of takes to be had. So, Sean, be nice to have you here, you little bitch. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Pittsburgh would be a good spot. I do think Seattle would be not a terrible spot. Anyone after that? I mean, everyone else has a QB. Jared Goff, Mahomes, Hurts, Allen, Lamar, Jaden Daniels. I mean, Stafford. Stafford would be the other one. Like, dude, low key, the Rams could trade 126 for JJ McCarthy and make sure that McVay's got a QB behind him. I don't know. Dude, I see McCarthy or Darnold being in like a backup spot that's gonna be like, oh shit, they're rolling. So all right,
Yeah,
fine. You want me to do my shit? You want me to do my spiel?
yeah. Um,
You want to have your thoughts on the Packers? Unless you have Rams, Vikings thoughts. Do you want to have your thoughts on the Packers first before I go?
no. Um, I think I, I don't know. I just wanted to say before you start going too hard in on the Packers. I know they're whatever, but
Yeah.
Eagles are a fucking good team. I'll just say Eagles are a damn fine team. And that'll be my 2 cents before I run and get a beer real quick. And I've heard him, not saying I don't want to listen to you, but I know I've I got some texts.
Yeah, you've already
I
got the
got the text
novel.
on, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll let you have the floor.
Thank you. Make sure my mic is fixed.
Yeah.
Testing. Testing. All right, cool. Yeah, Packers lost 22-10. This is gonna be a little Sam spiel here. Didn't start off great with the kickoff. I don't think anyone has anything to argue on that. Nixon recovered the fucking ball, first off. Okay. Second off, I wouldn't have called targeting. Okay. I don't think that's something, one, you call the first play of the game. Two, you call in a kickoff, given just the severity of the play itself and how it has been over years to come. Did the fumble fucking suck? Yes. Did we recover it before the pile started? Yes. Is it unfortunate how the pile has worked in this situation? Yes. Is that how every pile situation works? No. The answer is no. And as unfortunate as it was to lose that fumble right off the bat, I actually, and I texted a couple of people this because it was like, dude, what the fuck happened? Like, how are we feeling? Of course, I'm pissed. However, to be honest with you, it wasn't the worst thing that could have happened, and it did kind of wake us up a bit. However, we didn't capitalize on opportunities. So, yeah, I think overall, I think you can't call the targeting call. If you call that targeting play in the beginning of the game, you are setting a dangerous precedent. Now, the fumble recovery part, not necessarily precedent setting, but would have been nice to have. So we didn't go down 7-0 right off the bat. Quick, just like, let me give my flowers. Josh Jacobs, 81 yards on 18 carries and a touchdown, a couple really nice receptions. So I'm pretty sure he got over 100 yards, pulling up the stats as we speak. But 100 plus yards, probably 25 catches or 25 touches and a touchdown. So very good on Jacobs. I will say a lot of injuries have been had here. I think most importantly, Elton Jenkins was our starting left guard. He's an all pro left guard. He went out early, obviously disrupted the run game. We also didn't help ourselves on mistakes and things like that. McManus missed a 38-yard field goal. He missed it. McManus, we were down 10-0 with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. And McManus misses a 38-yard field goal, puts us down 10, and they go up and they have an opportunity to score. It's more of a momentum thing than anything. If we're down a touchdown going into halftime, it's the same Marcus Freeman speech. So it's one of those things where you're sitting here, McManus missing a 38 fucking yard field goal as a grown ass man who gets paid millions of dollars to kick a fucking football. So as someone who played soccer and knows that he can kick a 38-yard field goal right now, tonight, if you want me to, and I will re-engage my 50-yard field goal bet if anybody who bet me on that actually responds and reaches out to me after this podcast is released to renegotiate the deals, I will absolutely do it. But not one of you fucktards listen to this fucking podcast and you don't want to fucking bet me on this, and you're a loser and you're a wiener, Colby and Patrick. And you know exactly who you are. And so there's that. I mean, Love overall, Love threw 3 picks. The first one was in quarter 2 with 38 seconds. Or sorry, the first one was in quarter 2 with 14 minutes left in the fourth quarter or in the second quarter. That was the one to Wicks where he completely underthrew it right into was it Mitchell or Slay's? I think it was Slay's hand. We're down 10-0, Max. We're not down fucking 27-0. Why are you throwing a bomb behind, like just a shit throw over to him? We're down 10-0 after everything that happened in that first quarter. And then end of the second quarter, Love throws a ball to Zach Bond. He drops it because it hits the ground. And the next play, he throws it right back into his hands. And yes, Tucker Kraft slipped a little bit. But I'll be honest with you, Max, and I can't speak from experience because I have no idea what it's like having 11 grown-ass men run at me in a football game trying to take my head off when I have 6 blocking for me and 5 running the other way. I can understand the complexity of that. I'm not saying I could be a quarterback. However, did you not see him there? And if we're seeing ghosts, that's a whole nother fucking problem. Right. If we're seeing ghosts, then we got a whole mental issue. Thank God the season's over for that regard. Let's see. Overall, I'll just give my quick little Love perspective, right, Max? This is second year of starting. Yes, he's same boat as Rodgers and all those guys, like didn't get the full time. So I'm going to give him the benefit of that. This was the second full year starting. He looked like shit this game. He looked like shit the game before that against the Bears. He looked like shit against the Lions and the Vikings before that. So those 5 games, the last 5 games, he's looked fucking terrible. The only reason the Packers have been respectful is fucking Josh Jacobs. So that being said, he's the positive. Jordan Love has a lot of good material to work on going into the offseason, maybe not throwing off the back foot. I can't throw the football that far or as accurate as Jordan Love can, but I can understand throwing technique. So those were all very tough. I think that he's going to come back motivated. I think we're going to be okay. I'm obviously pissed. Eagles were they are the better team, and they were the better team. But the amount of shit that we could have made up, we could have won that game with half of the mistakes. TJ Slayton's last couple drives where he got Saquon on that roughing, like that late hit. I'm pretty sure that he wasn't going to get a first down, or he got into first down field goal range. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was either it was going to be a 4th down or a short 3rd down, or it was going to be the other way around. So I got a little bit to say about TJ Slayton. Keyshawn Nixon also had a 15-yard penalty right before that play. So I'm not going to hold it on TJ Slayton. McManus misses a 38-yard field goal. And then It was towards the end of the game, third quarter with like 8 minutes left. Love missed a shot to Bo Melton in the back of the end zone, that back corner. I don't know if you got a chance to see that highlight, but basically, he not a bad throw, Max, but third and goal, and we really need a touchdown. We're not trying to thread the needle in the back corner of the end zone to Bo Mountain. If he caught it, would it have been super sick and a sick ass throw? Yeah, he had a couple guys in the flat, so I don't want to talk about it. Let's see, Goddard, his touchdown. That was the dagger. That was the game. He double stiff arm. Max, have you ever played? I know your football career ends after high school. Have you ever seen someone get double stiff armed like that? He got fucking manhandled. I've never
Probably.
seen that in the NFL, let alone any other league that I've ever played in. I bet Derrick Henry did that in high school,
I
but
was gonna say probably not since that AFC Championship run where Trek Dorsito just went ape shit that whole year and just
yeah,
fucking. He definitely had to have one of them, yeah. But not many. Not many can do that.
no. And then like injuries. So like Jaden Reed went down for a little bit. Romeo Dobbs didn't come back.
Yeah.
Uh, Wicks was, I think it was Wicks or someone else was out for. Oh no, not even Wicks. It was fucking, obviously Christian Watson. So that we were missing him on
Oh
top.
yeah, he didn't even play, right?
Right. So like take out him and then Dobbs and Reed getting hurt like they did. And they came back. Dobbs didn't come back, but Reed came back. But yeah, we're missing our top two wide receivers. Elton
Yeah.
Jenkins and Josh Myers are two best. Maybe you could argue Josh Myers isn't as good as that, Tom, because of the center tackle, premium. But
Right.
Elton Jenkins, our left guard, best left guard in probably the NFC North, to be honest with you. He's one of the best guards, if not, I think he's all pro. He goes down. Josh Myers goes down. So, silver lining, Max. Even if we did win this game, we wouldn't have probably had Dobbs, Jenkins, or Josh Myers. And yes, been nice to play the Lions and get a third chance at them. Anything can happen in a division game. But at the same time, dude, we're so banged up. I think this season just needed to end. I have a scary feeling that the Packers ended very poorly this year to only be really good next year. So I think it gives us the extra offseason. Um, but yeah, I mean, the last thing I'll say is that even all these things considered, like I've said, they were still fighting in this game. Excuse me. Excuse me. Ooh. The reason they stayed in this game was because of the defense. The defense looked incredible. You take out that bullshit first touchdown, it's 15-10.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Defense looks really good. Gave us every opportunity to come back. I said this multiple times. I probably said on the podcast, Green Bay is going to go down 10 points at half, slowly climb their way back, and then throw an interception on the last drive.
Ding, ding, ding.
I don't know why I fucking come here. You guys all know that's the case. And if you don't bet it, then go fuck yourself. But yeah, I'm upset. I'm still torn with what's going on this season. I'm disappointed because I think Max, I think just doing this with me every week. Earlier in the year was not like super confident. Middle to end of the year, I thought we were playing better football than fucking everyone. And then the last like Bears game, Vikings game, and then this game have just been absolutely abysmal. It's been a complete letdown. I want to blame injuries. I want to blame myself. So I'll just blame myself again, as I did with every other thing. But yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm upset, but I think we'll be better for it. And I have to be patient on the outcome because Jordan Love's young. The whole team's young. The defense is really fucking good.
It
And
is.
we didn't have Jair, and we're probably going to get rid of Jair, which means we're going to offload 20 million in salary cap. We'll get two corners, if not the best corner, other than Jair.
Ah,
Sign him back. Jalen Johnson.
Max. Max Crosby.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That would be sick. That would actually be sick. And I have been seeing that. And we need it because Rashawn Gary's solid, but they put the attention on Rashawn Gary and then it doesn't really matter.
Right.
So he's pretty easily like
Or you draft Graham from Michigan.
oh, I wish, dude. You guys could at Chicago. We can't. Not at 22 or whatever.
But you think that, and then shit slides, and you're like, "How is he here?"
Do
But
you have a gas mask picture of Mason Graham that I can post and devalue his?
yeah, I got his gas mask. Yeah.
Let's go find all the famous NFL players we want to, or famous like the good college players. Go find them, smoke them out in a gas mask, and then take videos. And then when we want them to go to the Packers or the Bears, we'll just release the video just to help our team.
Well, that won't help me because we're always top 10. So
Hey, maybe if Will Campbell can drop a couple picks, you can take him at 10.
we didn't draft fucking Jalen Carter because of stuff.
Yeah, that's
We could,
that Darnell Wright though. He's solid,
yeah, been a little bang up, but he has been solid. Yes.
but
Better than Tevin Jenkins, who has not been healthy at all.
yeah, that was tough. Well, I think.
Yeah, I could go.
Ooh. Hold on. I just saw Packers task Love to be more vocal. QB coach retired. So hold on. I'm gonna try and oh, Tom Clements, dude. Tom Clements. He was Rodgers QB coach for like fucking ever, dude.
Roger Clemens. Sorry.
Tom Clements. Oh, he's
Yeah.
retiring.
Damn. Make him retire instead of get rid of Love.
Damn. Yeah, actually though. Oh, he did, and he did a year. He did a year with the Cardinals when Kyler Murray got the Rookie of the Year.
Oh, nice.
Sweet. Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
because Rodgers persuaded him to come back, and then he did like 2 years with Love after.
Mm.
I got Rex Ryan on my screen talking about Jordan Love, so we're not going to get into it. But yeah, I'm trying to think of the last thoughts. I guess I'll just enjoy the rest of the game, but I like, dude, it was still like 10-16, bro. Like it was 10-16, and then they got two field goals to go up 12. And we made mistakes. We shit the fucking we could not have played worse aside from defense that game. Off like that was the worst offensive game I've watched the Packers play in years. And
Yeah, you held you held,
competency.
you held the Eagles to 22 points and 290 total yards.
And you know it. You take away the 7. You got to take away the 7, dude. We gave them the 20-yard line in the first 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
No, I know you're doing that, but still, even with your stat excluding that bullshit, like yeah. So, yeah, I don't even care. I honestly hope the Eagles lose next fucking round to the Rams. So,
Well, shall we get
let's
on?
get in the picks. I'm done talking about the Packers. I'm sad. If any,
You guys draft
what?
pretty so
Yeah, last thing I'll say. If anyone wants to start a GoFundMe for me, Sam Carlin, because I have no more clothes to wear the rest of the year. Because they're all Packers clothes. So I need clothes. And it's not green and yellow. So yeah. Anyways, divisional round, Max. We have processed our losses, and we are going to move on to the next thing. And I'm excited because I think we do have some good picks. And you and I talked about it a little bit before. I think we're in similarity on a lot of picks, but it's also nice because we do have some different picks here. So we're gonna go through that. We're gonna do one favorite, one dog, one over, one under, and there's only 4 games. And ironically, Max and I think we only picked one of the same. Um, no, I don't think we did.
Not same bet, but contradicting, right?
Oh
Or
yeah. We picked this. No. I think I ended up switching. So
okay. Well, yeah,
we
fine.
might be good there. And then so we're gonna.
That'll be our double down bet.
Yep, that'll be. We gotta have a matchup. I mean, it's playoffs.
Yeah.
So we'll have those 4 picks, a prop, and then we're gonna each have 2 touchdowns to make a little 4-legger parlay here. So I don't know, Max, if you want to just go picks. I mean, we're gonna talk about all the games, so we might as well. How about this? We'll just go game by game. You give your pick, I'll get my pick because a lot
Like
of them.
for each game.
Yeah. So we'll just go the first game. So Houston and Kansas City. I mean, we saw Houston with a great win, 20-point win over the Chargers. Yeah, with some of it garbage time. Are the Chiefs better when they're off a bye? Yes, obviously, because the Chiefs are always better whenever the statistic is needed to be better, because they are better than everyone. But Max, where are we going with our Houston and Kansas City play? What is your play? Yeah. We'll just go play for each game. Each of us have a
Yeah,
play.
that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your play for this game?
My play is going to be the under 41.5.
I like that.
I think both these teams kind of just slow. Both of them just kind of clock management. And defenses are solid. We saw what Texans did to the Chargers. And really, like, Texans didn't need to put up 32. They kind of could have just chilled out, did their thing.
Yeah.
So I think the Chiefs are kings of being like, hey, we're up 13-0. We'll just control this game and it's gonna end 13-10, like somehow, some way. So I don't know. I'm just talking.
Well, no, I respect the I was laughing because I'm typing in our picks for this upcoming week. And you had Houston and Chargers, which to be honest was pretty good on the under as well. You only lost by a point because you had 43.5, I think is what I had.
Yep.
Missed by a point, but it was really just garbage time. But yeah, you had the right thought on that too.
Yeah. That's why.
We're going back to Houston, which is a good under.
Too, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Texans. Don't score so much if you're gonna, and Chiefs too.
Yep. And Max, I'm gonna just do a simple math play with you here, because I agree. I do like the under, and if it's 41 points, covering 8.5, it starts to get a little close there. So I'm gonna go with Houston plus 8.5. I know that might be the sexier of the pick, in terms of like, everyone's on Houston right now. Might be a little bit more of a public fade. However, I just don't, dude. Kansas City, yes, they're really good at home. Will I probably play like a Kansas City first half, like 3.5 or 2.5 spread? Absolutely. But I could easily see a backdoor cover. Like it's like a 27-14. And this won't help your over, but I could see like a 27-14 and then, they score 6, right? And it's 27-20 and maybe they go for 2, maybe they don't. I don't know how they do that, but it's one of those things where you're just saying, no, maybe they're able to just like keep it within 8, like on a backdoor.
No, yeah, I just think the Texans defense has looked good.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I think 41.5 is good. I think Kansas City's been solid. Their defense is also really good. So I could see it being like 24.
Okay.
I mean, 24-17 is exactly where I see this game. If I'll be completely honest. Tucks under, you're under, and it hits me on the 8.5.
Yep. I think I will be placing that as a bet.
A correct score bet.
Yeah.
let's look it up while we're here because if we're both gonna play it, we should probably let the people know. And I actually, Max, fuck yeah, I'm glad you said that because I'm on that jaunt too.
What about a not 20 to 24-17? Yeah, no, I like that better. I was trying to think of other route, but no, I definitely like that.
Yeah, and it does not look to be a
Up yet?
yeah. Ooh, also Max, I'm just gonna caution the people right now because I hit a very big bet on, and I wish I put more, obviously, but I put a very big bet on this game, or on this play. They have game leader specials where you can guess, you can parlay the leading passer, reception yards, and rusher of the game all in one. And I had in the Bills Broncos, I had Josh Allen, Cortland Sutton, and James Cook, 25 to win 400. So, and I was one away
I was
from
gonna say, did that hit?
the Green Bay Eagles one didn't hit. The only reason it didn't hit because AJ Brown had one reception for 10 yards.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but Chiefs 24, Houston Texans 17
Yep.
plus 7,000
10,000.
plus 7,000.
Oh, that's pretty good. Like that's lower than I would expect because that's probably one of the more likely ones, I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
5 to win 355. So 5 to win 350.
I still like that. Yeah, I'm gonna put that on. Yep, 24-17. The only thing is, you know how the NFL works, where we get all these weird scores, like people go for twos and shit. So I like that. Is there? Do you have your prop on this game by chance?
I do.
Okay, let's do it now.
Okay. Yeah, you don't. Well, I guess yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, let me just make sure I got those odds right. You know, recency bias smidge bit, and I know that this guy doesn't do it too often. I mean, his average is 0.7. I'm going to do Patrick Mahomes to throw an interception.
Okay.
That's 115.
I actually don't hate that at all, to be honest with you.
I mean, you mentioned it. They were swarming Chargers. I think Chiefs play a little bit different offense. Not too different, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's Patrick Mahomes. Like it's a stupid.
Yep.
You would call me stupid for betting that, but
Yeah, of course.
um, and I'm surprised it's actually the favorite. It's minus 115 over and then 110 under. So
Interesting.
yeah, so maybe the Vegas just is right there with me. They're like, yes, but it's Patrick, so maybe no.
No, I like that a lot.
I did too. I think the secondary looked good. They had that rookie. Fuck, Sebi kept saying his name. Texans rookie who had like 6 interceptions this year, like beat the rookie record or something.
It's not. It's not Stingley.
No, Stingley's year 3 or 4 even.
I'm pulling it up.
I guess I could. It's right in front of me too.
Kamari Lassiter.
I think if he had an interception last game,
You got Kamaro Lassiter, Kalen Bullock, Eric Murray, and Jeff Bullock.
I think it was Bullock. Wait, no. What?
Yeah, I mean Bullock is a rookie.
I think did he have a pick that then?
You're
Yeah.
saying last game?
Yeah.
That
Well, I thought he had a pick. I don't know. I think it is Bullock.
sounds right.
Oh no, last year's a rookie too. Rookie's got. All right, he's got 3 interceptions. I'm sorry, I'm just fucking.
You're good.
Yeah, Bullock has 5 interceptions. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
It-
it's Bullock.
um, but last year's a rookie too, and he has 3 interceptions. That's pretty crazy. But
Oh, yeah. Lasser really good, dude.
yeah. Um, I don't know where I was going. But yeah, yeah. So Patty Mahomes, interception.
Okay. Sweet. I like that a lot. Okay. Any other things you like or in like leans or anything from that game or things you're looking out for?
No, sir.
Okay. One thing I'll just mention, this is a great kicker game.
Oh,
Um,
oh, yeah.
what I mean by that is that okay, never mind. Never mind. Completely disregard. The reason why I thought that is because Butker and Fairbairn are very good kickers, and you would think the odds would be somewhat favorable. But Max, as we know, we are not smarter than Vegas. So Harrison Butker, and I'm just going to read them out for the sake of correcting myself and thinking things were better than they are. Harrison Butker under 2.5 field goals. 2.5 field goals. Under 2.5 field goals is minus 110. Over is plus 165. And we know how the over under goes. It's usually 1.5 field goals for kickers. And the better ones are usually in that like minus 160 range for over 1.5. Like that's when you're like, okay, they're good. Obviously, Bucker was so good that they had to give him under 2.5 at minus 210, but they didn't want to do a 1.5 option. So he's hitting two.
Yeah.
So staying away from Butker hitting two based on odds. Fairbairn also is minus 165 over 1.5. So what I will say there is that there might be some leverage there. Kicking points. Butker has 8.5 over at minus 110, and Fairbairn has over 7.5 at plus 105. I low key would just put both under because what I've learned, Max, is that a lot of these field goal stuff, like when it comes to playoffs, these guys aren't kicking field goals as much. They're going for it on fourth downs. That could be in kicking range. Not saying like a 20-yard chip shot, but like there are guys that are going for it on the 5-yard line on fourth and goal. And so
Yeah.
might be an opportunity to actually reverse and fade the kickers after we've been riding them all year long. And that was the whole reason why I brought this up. And it was great. I'm glad that Butker and Fairbairn's odds proved me right because they're over 1.5, so aren't good. So that's the last thing I had to say on that game. Sorry. That was a little longer than I wanted.
No, you're fine.
Um, next game. Next game would be the Commanders and the Lions. And now, Max, I'll start with us here, and then I'll let you go. I really don't have a whole lot of logic on this, other than that it was 23-20 against Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay's been consistently an over team. But I'm going over under 55.5 for Detroit and Washington. It's a playoff game. 55.5 points is a lot of points.
It
And
is, dude. Even sure, yeah, like Lions can put up 45, whatever, but um
uh,
no, if they get up that big, they're gonna sit people.
yep.
That's what it comes down to. They're gonna sit people. And I guess you could say they did that regular season games too, but they didn't. Um yeah, I like that a lot. And to that point, I think, or I guess it do anything else that you have.
No, honestly, I think I don't know. I'm kind of torn on the spread. Um, Part of me wants to go Commanders, but I don't know, man. Like after watching Green Bay and Detroit, um, or Green Bay and Minnesota just shit the bed, I'm kind of like, I might just stay away because I could see the Commanders like making it close, but also I could see them just rolling. So
I think there's a very good chance Lions get to the Soupy.
Oh yeah, very good.
in like steamroll fashion. So I'm gonna have to go Detroit -9.5. I do like back like kind of rooting for the commies, so this was a tough one, but uh 31st worst rushing defense. Gibbs is a maniac. I want to say Montgomery's probably going to be limited, but he is due back to play.
Yeah.
So I would assume they don't want to push him too hard. But I mean, they still have fucking St. Brown. They got Laporta. They got all the goodies. Um, they probably win by 14, maybe 17. I don't know. I hate saying that, but actually, I mean, I don't give a shit about the Commanders, but still,
Yeah.
I know we have some Commanders listeners, so I'm trying not to shit on y'all too hard. But I think it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be a pretty game.
Oh yeah, I agree. Um, in the touchdown market is do you have I mean not to spoil our touchdown parlay, do you have any touchdowns in here? Because it looks super juicy. Like or not juicy. Super yeah, oh yeah, juicy is the word.
So like, yes, I do. And then I also have one. Just I have another like prop, but like,
Okay.
um, I'll say it just after we do our actual picks. Just remind me to say what I'm gonna say. Uh, but yeah, do you have a tutty?
No, I don't have
You have a
a
prop. I mean, you have a
I
prop.
do I do have a prop. I don't have a tutty.
Okay.
And Detroit's secondary's been quite depleted. This team might be coming from behind. And Terry McLaurin, 70 plus receiving yards at -110. Just
I've heard you wrong.
yeah,
Beautiful. I love
yeah,
that.
yeah. I was trying to think of something for the props. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I don't want to play his catches because he could have 4 catches, 80 yards, and I'd be like, fuck, I didn't do the yards, I did the catches. So I'm just he's a guy that you just do yards for. You don't do McLaurin catches.
No, definitely not. I mean,
You don't do Justin
look at that
Jefferson catches. You don't do McLaurin catches.
2 yards. Dude, McLaurin had that like 86 yard reception tutty
Could
against
you imagine getting like
Saints, I think, or someone.
could you imagine having like 4 catches and like 50 yards and you lose because he doesn't
Yeah,
have four
three
catches?
catches for
Has
86.
161
Yeah.
yards on 3 catches, and you're like, fuck. So yeah, I'm with you there.
I love that logic. That's beautiful.
Yep. So I've got the under 55.5. You've got the cover, and then we are on to Rams Eagles. Max, what do you got there?
Wait, do you want me? We're doing touchdown at the very end for
Yeah, yeah, we can just do touchdown.
making sure. Rams Eagles. I do like the. Wait, am I stupid? No, I'm not stupid. +6 Rams. Let's trip it for a second. Uh, dude, I mean, we saw what the Rams did against the Vikings. Sure, you can say Sam Darnold sucks and all that stuff. Vikings defense was still, I mean, I think a top 5 defense in the league. They
Yep.
they were very fantastic. Um, and Stafford and Co did their thing. So it's hard to go against a McVay team, you know.
Completely agree. Six is right around that hook too. Even like
But
a
I mean, 6.5, even 7.5 would have been a little nicer. But you know,
yeah, I really
yeah,
like that.
the defense looks really good too. I mean, honestly, like you can't even like solely pin it on Darnold. The man didn't have that bad of a game.
He got
From what
sacked what 7 times, 8 times, 9 times?
9 times,
Yeah, that's insane.
nine
And
times to 2 times.
yeah, I mean, that's a difference. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, But yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, I mean, Kieran
Oh,
Williams pretty decent. He got 16 carries, 76 yards, got some receiving. But yeah, no, I think the Rams are it's like just a little sneaky team. Even when they won, I feel like they weren't top, right? Like they were number one seed with Goff, lost to the Pats, and then I want to say they were floating around like the 4 and 5 seed when they won with Stafford.
they were. I think they were either the 4 or the 5. I think they were in that 4-5 matchup.
Yeah, so it's and they're sitting 4 right now. So
Puka, Cooper, and Kieran Williams. You got good offense to market. I mean, you got a good offense.
Higby looks solid. He got his touches. But yeah, so +6. I like that a lot.
Yep.
And
I like that a lot. I will definitely be playing that. I will probably sprinkle the money line. I will be playing the over 44.5. Little low, not much low, but it's low enough. I mean, 24-21 wins this. And I think it's closer to like a 27-24, a 27-23, a 24-23, something like that. So I think it'll be close. I think fourth quarter will be what gets me over the hump. So give me over 44.5 on Rams and Eagles. I do have a touchdown parlay piece that we will get into in Memento, but anything else you like on Rams, Eagles?
uh, no.
No, I'm with you. I mean, over and +6.5. On the plus, I
I
like
mean,
the +6.5 more than I like the over.
well, let me just see what actually I do. Super, super quick. Stafford is 225 plus at -115.
I don't hate that either.
Don't hate that. After he just had up, well, 209. So maybe
Oh, they were up 27-9. So he
true.
didn't.
Yeah, true.
He
Fair,
threw
fair.
100. So he threw 154 in the first half.
True.
Um,
The Eagles aren't gonna do that. So you're
no,
good.
he won't throw 154 in the first half, but he also won't throw fucking 50 in the second half.
And Kieran's rushing is 70 plus is -150, is 80 is +110. He had 76. So
Yeah.
I don't
Jacob
know. I just
81.
we can all just keep looking. Yeah. No, I don't have anything else. Just keep going.
Yep.
All right.
Let's see. Last game, Ravens at the Bills in Buffalo. Weather's going to be treacherous. I've got the Rams, or I mean the Ravens, money line, obviously, because I have to. But it's also -1.5. I'm not doing the -1.5 at -102 when I can take the money line at -115. That seems silly. So I'm going the Ravens, very heavy on the favorite. I think Lamar gets it done. It's gonna be close as shit. So that's also why I'm not playing -1.5. I wouldn't play +1.5. I wouldn't play any of that. I just do money line based on the way the game's going. I know you have a little. Well, actually, no, we don't have contradicting opinions because I don't have that pick anymore.
Yeah.
But I do like Lamar's rushing 50 plus over. It's a little juicy. I think it's like -145. So for our picks, it's a little juicy. But yeah, I like Lamar. I like Henry. I think it's gonna be close, but I think Baltimore is just more dominant right now. And so I'm going money line. And that's a nice little Sunday night way to cap the night off or the weekend off too.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Sorry, I didn't mean like okay. You scared me. I had to you were like it's gonna be I was thinking a good old snowstorm. Obviously it's probably gonna be a little
Oh
flurry.
yeah, for sure.
No, you scared me. I thought it was gonna be like something crazy's coming in. Well, I don't know. Something's coming in before. They'll have it all cleared. Come Sunday night. Oh, yeah. Good job, Ad. Right when I'm looking. Yeah, it's gonna be cold. It's gonna be 10 degrees. Wind's not too bad though. I don't know. These teams run the ball, and I still think Yeah, it sounds like I'm second guessing myself because I kind of am, but over 51.5 is what I'm going with. And I still think they can make it happen. I mean, it's Josh Allen, James Cook, it's Derrick Henry, it's Lamar Jackson. They could just fucking just both of them could just pull out an Army Navy game and just be like, let's just keep doing this. Let's just keep running read option, and then no one's ever going to stop each other. Um, but they also have great wide receivers. Or Ravens not. Actually, they don't have great wide receivers, but they have solid wide receivers. So I don't give a shit. It is going to be 34-27.
Okay. 427. I mean, I completely agree. I mean, we talked about the over under stuff, and I switched it up because I was like, actually, Rams Bills, or Ravens Bills. Holy fuck, I keep forgetting. Um, yeah, no, I completely agree. That's the over I'm least staying away, like, or the over I'm most confident in, other than this Eagles Rams one. And honestly, I would argue that it's more confident just because of the way they're very matador defensy.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to Baltimore, that so I like that a lot. You want to get it? What do we have left? Touchdowns.
Yep.
All right, let's just go. You go. I go. You go. I go.
All right. Here we go. Here we go. We all go. All right. Give me Amon-Ra St. Brown minus 135.
Amon Ross St. Brown minus 135. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's crazy. Because
Yeah.
it's like minus 300 for Gibbs and like minus 225 for Montgomery. Like, yeah, why not? Yeah.
He's gonna do his little out route, like 15 yards at the 15-yard line, get that tutty, and do his headstand.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to get a I'm trying to get a little Luca. Where's Luca? Is Luca not playing right now?
Luka Doncic.
He's not playing right now for okay.
Luka.
Luca, yeah, Luca's not playing, it looks like for uh
Luka who? Am I stupid? What?
Luca Doncic.
Oh, so bro, we're talking. Come
I
on.
know, I know. I got a notification. Uh Jokic triple double, Jokic 12 rebounds, Kyrie 20 plus points. No sweat bet.
All right, my second touchdown. I'll take it from you. I
Yeah,
bet you,
go. You go.
Kieran,
Yep, nice.
minus 115.
If you could be a doll, can you put those in a parlay builder for me?
I think I already, no, I don't. All right.
Well, you gotta
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I already cleared it. I thought I still had it up, but yeah.
okay.
Go.
All right. I'm gonna also add a Rams one, which now I'm hesitant to. Because the Rams they should score 2 touchdowns. They might not. And
That
huh?
they are.
Yeah.
They-
Puka Nakua plus 145 touchdown.
See, I thought that's what you were trying to say. I'm like, there's no way Sam's this fucking dumb. He keeps saying Luca instead of Puka.
Oh no, I was
I
saying
was like,
no, I was saying Luca for my.
I know, but I thought, yeah, that's what I was like.
Well, it's no sweat bet, so we're good. And um, so yeah, so that's that one, and then oh, you go. Wait, no, you got both already.
Yeah, you were
Zay
right
Flowers.
about something else.
Yeah, Zay Flowers.
All right. So that is, sorry, it's all weird. Um, Amon Ra went to minus 130. What did I have him at?
Minus
135.
135.
That's not a big difference. Yep. So plus 2,246. for Kieran Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Puka Nakua, and Zay Flowers.
Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Let's see. I think, yeah, I mean, that's it for football. Do you
I
have
got
any,
one more.
huh?
That's the one that said, "Don't let me forget." And I know this is honestly trying to kind of changing a lot of things, but this is just for fun, and it's kind of chalky. But I think this is a good chance this is going to happen. Jameer Gibbs, 2+ tutties is plus 155. Seems super chalky,
It
but
does seem super chalky. It seems
but
too chalky to be good, to be true.
he's going to have a rushing touchdown and he's going to have a receiving touchdown.
Okay.
Again, Montgomery's coming back off of injury, so he's going to be limited.
I don't think I've ever seen a 2 touchdowns prop
At
as
low. Maybe McCaffrey, but
I don't dude, I'll be honest, I really
this
don't
was
think
probably 225 at the lowest.
yeah. I also think, yeah,
I know.
that's
But
that's crazy.
I know. What's crazy is that I thought of it before I saw the odds. So now I'm like, fuck, I still like
I-
want to take it because
yeah.
but it does. It
I
does
mean,
seem
Montgomery's also plus 240, which is like scary. It's
he's
like,
not gonna get two though. If anything, he's gonna take Jameer's goal line one that he should have had, but
yeah.
he just get one. But then how is
Plus
I I'm
155.
just like I'm just stirring a pot for myself, and it's not gonna. Something's gotta win. I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like Gibbs gets two, and then St. Brown, but I don't know. Well, there actually is a very good way that happens, but I don't know, dude.
No, I agree. I agree with you. Like, yeah,
All
I
right,
think good play.
that's
Any
the last.
yeah, I was gonna say any non-football plays you have?
I actually do not. So
Okay, I only got one. And it's for the American Express golf tournament this weekend. Mr. Sammy Burns
whoa,
plus 105 for a T20. Just to get everyone's feet wet on the golf betting. Like I feel like that's good. He's in the
yeah,
top like 5 of odds people plus 105 for T20. Just had a kid recently. He had a kid after the season ended. Like you know how Scheffler was like, "Oh my god, he's going to have a baby during this."
it was the same time, right?
Yeah,
He
it
was
was around. It was a little later, but yeah, like it was around the same time. His name's Sam. His last name is Burns. That's cool. Uh,
Papa and Anita.
yeah, plus 105. He's been playing good golf. I think he's got a little. I feel like, and as biased as Sam rooting on Sam could be, I don't know, man. I feel like this is a good year for Burnsy. Like I feel like Burnsy can cut through. Like I feel like he can make that next.
Slowly, just like
Yeah,
climbing.
just he's not going to be the guy. He's not going to be Scotty. He's not going to be Xander. But like he can start being in that consistent, and he has been, but like more consistently being that like second tier conversation. So that's what I'm rooting for. We shall see.
Yeah.
Kentucky's about to close out, so we good, fam. We good, fam. Yeah. And then Arizona State for college hoops tonight. If you somehow listen to it right when the podcast, I said Missouri plus 12 and a half. They're like money line. They're up right now by 15 and a half. So fuck me. We'll get into the basketball group. I don't have enough knowledge. Max, anything else from you, my man, or let's go home?
Let's rock and roll. Let's have ourselves a good week, good weekend.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys next Tuesday. Hopefully, very happy, very, very stylish, and maybe just a little bit hungover.
Hopefully a lot of it from celebrating. So yeah. I've already got plans to sleep on your couch on Monday night, assuming it goes late. So
Okay.
already been told
It's
that.
probably gonna be like at 8:30 and at that.
Yeah, it's
So whack.
so unless the game goes sideways very fast, I will be sleeping on your couch, and I got no problem with that. But I'm
Yeah,
not trying to stir any pots, so we'll get to that later.
that works.
All right, buddy. Love you. Thanks everyone for listening. Hopefully we catch some picks. Eventually we'll be fucking sponsored and we can like have little commercial breaks and stuff. But we're
Yeah,
just look good on the camera. Get
sorry for stepping away.
yeah, get our content. Oh, it was fine. You didn't miss anything. It's everything you already saw in the group text last night or 2 nights ago. So
Or just telepathically, just know. I just knew. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you didn't have to come over. You just had to know what was going on. I did. I'll say one fun fact. I did 2.5 miles pacing in the house during the Packers game. I didn't leave the house, Max.
Yeah.
I
That's
never left the house,
that is
and I did 2.5 miles in my own house.
Jesus.
Yeah, in steps. That's how many steps I did. So yeah, so that's how it was. Is what it is. We go to next season. We still have the Irish. And until then, we will hang on to the Irish. And if they lose, then we'll just have to enjoy other teams for a little bit. So yeah, that's that.
I'm running out, but
Love you, dude. Talk soon.
love y'all.